check, 1, 2. All right, well, what a thrill to be here in beautiful Crestone at the beautiful Shumei Amphitheater, and yes, I see rifters out there too. I like that. My name's Don Richmond, and I'm truly honored to be here. I'm very grateful. I love the gratitude theme here, and always grateful for life. My family moved to the San Luis Valley in 1962. My father was a professor at the a voice professor at the university there. And I fell in love with the valley very early. I fell in love with Crestone very early. I came to Crestone probably in 1963 for the first time. And even in my little 8-year-old brain, I could feel that there was something very special about this place. And it's always a joy to be able to come back for any reason, but particularly for this. I'm going to start out with a song that talks about gathering to celebrate the good things in life, good food, good friends.
本日は皆様お集まりいただき誠にありがとうございます。ドン・リッチマンドと、申します。今回ですね、本当にこの度この美しいクレストの美しい皆さんの前でパフォーマンスができること本当に心から光栄に思います。私自身はですね、1962年に父が、親がこちらのクレストの方に移ってまいりまして、父は昔歌の先生をしていたわけなんですけれども、自分自身も1963年に初めてクレストに来て、本当にこの美しい聖地に心打たれまして、この度のここまでの、活動に至っております。本日はですね、まず最初に全てのものに感謝をとそのような、歌を込めてコンサートを始めたいと思います。どうかよろしくお願いいたします。
Thank you so much. Isn't this the coolest thing ever? Oh, welcome, my friends. Won't you come into my home? Oh, welcome, my friends. The tears whistling on a juniper fire, so won't you come in? And we'll sit and talk about remember when. So welcome, my friends. Well, there's a warm heart waiting for a knock on the door. Well, there's a smile I'm saving for that story we've all heard before. Oh, time's a wasting. You wouldn't want to be late. There's an extra plate, and we always cook enough for one more. So welcome, my friends. Won't you come into my home? Oh, welcome, my friends. There's that homemade wine we didn't finish last time, so won't you come in? And we'll sing old songs if we remember them. So welcome, my friends. Well, there's an extra room in our home and hearts, so don't you go too soon. 'Cause we barely had a chance to start. There's a rising moon, and when the dishes are dried, we can go outside just to breathe the air and stare up at the stars. So welcome, my friends. Won't you come into my home? Oh, welcome, my friends. You know you always stay away too long, so won't you come in? Sometime you'll have to go, but until then, you're welcome, my friends. You're always welcome in my home. Oh, welcome, my friends. What's mine is yours and back again, so won't you come in? And we'll have a time remember when. So welcome, 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 my friends. Thank you so much. I'm sort of focusing on songs of mine that are about the San Luis Valley, or that sort of sprang from the San Luis Valley in one way or another. One of the things that I think a lot of people notice and love about the valley is the migratory birds that come through, the geese and the cranes that fly through, going south and coming back. So they find their way into a few songs of mine in one way or another. This is actually kind of a wistful little love song, but the geese are in there, and actually it would have been cranes, except the geese just kind of fit better, in the song.
自分の歌はですね、ほとんどここのサンルイスバレーというサンルイスという谷の場所にちなんでこうイメージをして曲作りをいつもしているんですけども、ここの地ではですね、よく渡り鳥が飛んでくるんですね、南の方から。で、鶴であったりガチョウであったりいろんな鳥が飛んできまして、でそういう中でこうすごく春の訪れを感じるというか、そういうインスピレーションを受けて曲作りをしてまいりまして、今回の曲は鶴というよりかどっちかというとガチョウかなという話で曲を作ってみました。ぜひお聴きくださいませ。
I heard the geese honking over our house today. I could not be them since you've been away. You'd be coming back from Mexico in a month's time, so you say. But years have gone by since then in my head. And now the winter's coming on and it's been cold, and the birds chasing the sun make me feel old. To me it seems they're flying after you. They miss your light, they miss your warmth, and maybe I do too. I heard a voice that doubted you in my heart today. That's the second time I've heard it since you've been away. Even a cage of gold is not for you, so you always say. But you know I'll never change you to my bed. And now the winter's coming on and it's been cold, and the birds chasing the sun make me feel old. To me it seems they're flying after you. They miss your light, they miss your warmth, and baby I do too. heard your heart beat in our house today. You'll come back looking for, and I think this time you stay. I know you need your distance, and sometimes I do too. But now I wish that I was flying after you. And now the winter's coming on and it's been cold, and the birds chasing the sun make me feel old. To me it seems they're flying after you. They miss your light, they miss your warmth, and baby, I do too. Thank you. Better liven it up so you don't all fall asleep, you know. Tell you, I was sitting in the front row for the taikos, you know. I got an internal organ massage that was really quite remarkable. I think my spleen may have shifted or something, I'm not sure what, but it was amazing. I mean, boy, you feel that just viscerally. This is another song. I'm starting out with some very old songs here, and this is another one of those. But sometime, probably around 1970, I started coming up with some friends of mine to visit an old gentleman that lived in Crestone. His name is Glenn Anderson. He lived in this little bitty trailer out behind what the store was then. And he was basically a mystic and a channeler sort of guy. Before mystics and channelers were cool, you know. But anyway, we used to visit with him, and he'd tell us all kinds of different things. And this next song, he sort of found his way into this next song. I remember him saying once that the mountains gave him all the energy that he needed, and all the inspiration that he needed, and so that sort of was the genesis for this song. And I know that, I mean, I don't know this in detail, but I know that he struck up a friendship with Hannah, and that he always told us that this is going to be a spiritual community, and somehow or another that happened. And isn't that a wonderful thing? So thank you for that, Hannah, and for everything else. Oh, wait. Tomo. You want a little musical accompaniment?
先ほどの音楽でですね、少しちょっと眠くなられたかと思うんですけども、私自身ちょっと太鼓と違いましてね、自分は前の席に座ってたんですけど、なんだかこう太鼓の音楽を聴いてるともう体中の臓器がこうマッサージされてるようなすごい力強いね感じをしたんですけども、で今回歌う歌はですね、昔、彼の友人のグレンさんという方がこのクレストンの地域で、店を構えてたんですよね。でそのグレンさんと話して、彼は、心霊研究家といいますか、霊的な活動をされている方で、当時ですねものすごいこのクレストンの大きな山にこうインスピレーションを受けられた方で、その方も昔こう花さんとも深い関わりがありまして、いつかですねこのクレストンを大きなそのスピリチュアルなコミュニティが広がるよという話をしてたのを覚えています。それが本当に今現実になって本当に素晴らしいなというふうに感じます。そんな彼からインスピレーションを受けた歌ですので、どうぞお聴きくださいませ。Sorry about that.
Thank you. Just throw something at me if I forget, okay? I mean, this is so delightful, so amazing. What a memory he has. There's an old man I knew up Sand Creek Way. Used to ride to his cabin on Sunday. When I asked him if he ever went to church at all, he stood and looked beyond me at the mountains tall. He said, my cathedral is a canyon, my altar is a peak. Mine's got the holy water ever flowing in the creek. It's there I find the spirit and the silence that I seek. The cathedral of the canyon on the altar of the peak, singing out. He said life is a river deep and wide, and no preacher can take you to the other side. You just got to swim from where you are, and if you ain't got wet, you ain't gone very far. He said my cathedral is a canyon, my altar is a peak. Mine's got the holy water there I find the spirit and the silence that I seek. The cathedral of the canyon on the altar of the peak, sing Then one fine day I knocked on his door, found he crossed that river the night before. I walk his trail, listen for his songs. When I hear his voice I can't help but sing along. And now my cathedral is a canyon, my altar is a peak. Mine's got the holy there I find the spirit and the words that I must speak. The cathedral of the canyon on the altar of the peak, sing on. Can you sing that with me? song that it talks about learning to appreciate the less fabulous things, I guess. I remember I grew up on the edge of Alamosa. We had a big backyard and a great view of Mont Blanc, and the rest of the San Grace too. We were like a block from the river or so. It was a great place to live. But I remember as my consciousness sort of grew, hopefully, I'd like to think it did anyway, from being a kid. Because you couldn't ignore Mont Blanc. It was this fabulous big mountain right there. But then I started noticing these other mountains, like, oh, those jagged ones up by Crestone, those are pretty cool. And then, I started noticing, some of those down in the south by San Luis, those are pretty cool. And then it's like, those ones that are just kind of just sitting there, and they're not really sticking up much at all, but those are pretty cool too. And then it was like, oh, it's in the valley too. Oh, it's everywhere. Like, wow. And that sort of gave birth to this song. It's called Ordinary Things.
ですね、私はですね、アラモサの端のアラモサというのはこの近くの小さな町なんですけど、でそちらの方で生まれ育ったわけなんですよ。自分の生まれた頃目の前に大きなこのブランカ山っていう大きな山があったんですよね。ものすごく巨大で美しい山だったんですけども、自分が大きくなるにつれてだんだん自分の意識がね外側に拡大されていって、そうなっていくとブランカ山だけじゃないよね。隣の方に行くとあんな山もあったんだ、サンリスワレーの方に行くとこんな山もあったんだ、あんな谷もあったんだっていろんな自分が見てたもの以上に小さなところにもちょっと目を行くともうちょっとなんか目立たないところに山があって、これもまた美しい、どれも美しい、あまり目立たないところにも美しさという素晴らしさっていうのは至るところに存在してるんだなっていうふうに思うようになりまして、次の曲はそのような小さなことでも大きなことでも一つ一つに素晴らしさがあるっていうのを感じさせてくれるようなインスピレーションを受けた歌となっております。よろしくお願いします。
You wonder and you wander, you search for something fine, just to come full circle to what's been there all the time. In the old wood by the doorway, seen in the setting sun, a quiet conversation when the day is done, in the warm wind through the cottonwoods and the promise that it brings. Yes, you have found the magic of ordinary things. You listen to the holy ones, you climb the mountain peak, but what you looked for was all around, just playing hide and seek. In the fresh bread on the table, clear water you can drink, the path down to the river, when you need time to think, in the rock found in the driveway, or a sparrow's feathered wing. Yes, you're deep into the magic of ordinary things. They're just ordinary things you used to take for granted. You got diamonds in your hands when it was rocks that you planted. It's the dishes after dinner, a good book in the chair, some time to count your blessings with someone who really cares. In the quiet winter snowfall, or the first new grass of spring, yes, you have found the magic of ordinary things. I suppose there really are no ordinary things. A couple with a little mandolin here. I wrote this song sitting down by the Rio Grande down in the Rio Grande Gorge, what used to be a state park and is now the Rio Grande del Norte National Monument. And I had been hiking around in some of the trails that go up along the side of the gorge. The trails would always end before I was ready to stop walking, so I would kind of continue picking my way along the side of the gorge. And I discovered a remarkable life truth, that it's a lot more work to travel when you have to think about where you're going. You know, it's like if you're just following the trail, hey, you just follow the trail. But if you have to think about it and you realize that I'm up on the side of this gorge, and if I'm not careful, I could just, get in a place where I just fall off or something. So anyway, it's kind of a stream of consciousness thing, really about wandering around in the middle of nowhere. It's called No Borders.
ですね、この近くの国立公園の方に私はたまに行くんですけども、そちらの方でこう道のりがあるんですよね。で、道のりの方をこう歩いていきますと、ある時こう自分の人生ってこういうことかっていうのをちょっと思いがちな発見がありまして、それがその道のりを進んでいくっていうのは難しいことじゃないんですよ。逆にこれ道のりがなかったら大変だなということで、道のりがないまま歩いていって、いつの間にか崖にいたら、つい落っこちしまいましたというか、こう道のりがあるから自分はこう前に進んでいけるといいますか。でもこの道のりがない何もないところをさまようところにもこう魅力があるといいますか、そういう人生の発見を一つの歌にしてみました。お聴きください。
Well, I love to look at maps to find where the roads don't go out beyond the fence, just to some place that I don't know. I well, I don't see no line scratched across this land. There's something there I hunger for and long to understand. And freedom calls so softly that it scares me, talking sweet, then it double dares me. There's no borders on this land I see, no limit to this love, no map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. But it's a long and winding road to walk, if you must walk alone. Thank you for companionship and all the love we've known. Always scan the ground for footprints and search the sky for signs. We hope our hearts can find a path we can't see with our minds. Yet here we stand, our directions calling. We take a step, be it flying or falling. There's no borders on this land I see, no limit to this love, no map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except for what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. Sometimes our lives seem so full of things that we don't need, but to compensate for all that we have lost. But now we see what we really want was missed in the confusion, hid behind trinkets and illusions. There's no borders on this land I see, no limit to this love, no map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except for what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. There's no borders on this land I see, no limit to this love, no map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except for what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. This song has both the most words and the most chords of any song I've ever written.
こちらはですね、今まで自分が書いた歌の中で最もコードが多く、最も歌詞が多い歌となっております。
I love many, I don't know, many parts of this valley, all of it, every place I've ever been to, and all the places that I haven't been to are places that I would like to get to. But I love wandering around in the southern part of the valley, in the middle of the valley, all the little mesas and stuff out there. There's a peculiar feeling out there. I mean, if you come up to Crestone, you know, it's this glorious thing with these peaks and, you know, snow and lakes and water. Down there, it's the opposite. It's the other end of the battery. It's the other end of the pole, basically. It's desert, and there's a peculiar nakedness down there. There's something that's just on the surface that I love, and it seems to sort of repel people. I don't know. You know, it's just not as. It's not quite as intoxicating as up here, you might say. But anyway, this song basically talks about the feeling that I get down there. It just seems very ancient to me, and of course, it's all ancient, but there's something like that that I feel down there. The song's called No Man's Land.
ですね、私は本当にこの地が大好きで、クレストの地が大好きなんですけども、こちらの方はね、本当に山も大きくて、そして、向こうの方に行くと湖とかあったりして、すごく豊かになってるんですけども、もう少し南の方に行きますと、自分は実はそこがすごく好きで、南の方に行きますとちょっとまた特筆していまして、でちょっと変わってるんですね。それはどういうことがいいかと言いますと、結構砂漠地帯になっていまして、あんまり人は寄ってこないんですね、そういうところに。ただ自分はそこに何か惹かれると言いますか、でそこにすごくこう自分がなんだろうな、こうなんて言いますかって言って古代な感じがするっていうんですよね。昔古くから伝わる、全部古くから伝わるね、昔からある地なんですけど、特にそこはそういう感じがするなっていうふうに言ってまして、そこからインスピレーションの曲となっております。
No man's land, canyon rim, river flows 500 feet below. Sage and dust on the wind, it could be 500 years ago. And the river would never know. And the river would never know. There's a town across the valley, but from no man's land it doesn't show. That town and all its people could melt away like last winter's snow. And the river would never know. And the river would never know. Well, it could be 1,000 years ago. I could be wearing skins and carrying a bow and arrow. I see the ancient herds, hear the glacier creep, feel the lava flow. I could float off on this current like some driftwood on the water down below. And the river would never know. And the river would never know. It could be 1,000,000 years ago, or so far off in the future that no single shred of evidence remains to show. And the river would never know. And the river would never know. And the river would never know. it's a great area to go winter hiking in too, to clamber around on those mesas because the snow dries off of the southern slopes just about any time, and you can and the rattlesnakes aren't out, so that's a good time.
本当にね、ここは素晴らしいところでして、冬になるとこう雪もすぐ溶けて、ガラガラヘビとかもいないので歩きやすいかなと思うんですけどいいところですね。
All right. Well, I heard one of the taiko drummers saying that isn't this a whole lot like heaven on earth might be, you know? And yeah, close enough for me, I can tell you that. This song is a little bit about that. It's called Heaven.
先ほどですね、太鼓の演奏者の一人の方がまさにこのクレストンはもう地上天国そのものだなという言葉を言ってたんですけども、自分自身も本当にそう思いまして、天国に近いって言ったらこういうところだなって思いまして、で次の歌は天国という歌なんですけども、ぜひお聴きください。
Friend of mine stopped by to tell me how he felt that his life was no good. He was looking for that little bit of heaven. He knew I would get if I could. I'd give him blue skies through the morning, gentle rain in the afternoon, clearing off by sunset just before the rise of the moon. It's coming over the mountains, still touched with the last winter's snow, and pouring out its silver light on the peaceful valley below. So dream all your dreams, brother, scheme all your schemes, go on and hitch your wagon to the stars. Just remember one thing, while you play and you sing, that heaven is where you are. For each and every one, it's different. Each one hears a different part, but for me there's a little bit of heaven just inside my lover's heart. She gives me blue skies through the morning, gentle rain in the afternoon, that's clearing all by sunset just before the rise of the moon. It's coming over the mountain, still touched with the last winter snow, and pouring out its silver light on me and my woman below. So dream all your dreams, lover, to scheme all your schemes. Yes, I know that you can go far. Just remember this much: if we should get out of touch, that heaven is where you are. Yeah, heaven is where you are. Right here. Thank you. Well, after a pretty song like that, it's time to get out the banjo. I've been playing since 2002. I've been playing with a band, kind of a New Mexico-based band called the Rifters. And we put out about 7 CDs. I'm going to do a tune off, or a couple of tunes off of the first Rifter CD, I think. This is another one that talks about the migrating birds that come through. You know, like I said, I grew up in the San Luis Valley, and winters here used to be something to write home about. You know, they're pretty easy these days, you know, relatively speaking. But I remember so many years when I was younger, and it just seemed like the winters went on forever, and you'd just be getting really, really tired of being cold and winter in general. But then you'd hear this sound way up in the sky. And it's the call of the cranes. Because when they first come in the valley, they just flew over the mountains. They're really high. You hear them before you can even see them. And it was like, spring's going to get here. Spring's coming. And that's always been my favorite sign of spring, the first time I hear the cranes. So this is basically a love song, but the cranes find their way in there too. So.
自分はですね、昔バンドをやってまして、でそして、楽曲を7曲 CD7 つぐらい出したんですけど、その中の一つで、次の曲も、話題緑についてなんですけど、昔からですね、やっぱりこう、クレストン特に冬は寒いですから、でまた長いんですね、昔の、子供からするともういつまで冬が続くんだっていう感覚になるわけなんですよね。でもこの長い冬の中でふとした時にこう高い空のところから鶴の鳴き声がしてくるんですよね。で鶴の鳴き声が聞こえていると、春が来たなーっていうふうに感じてくるんですよね。で自分はその長い冬を越した時の初めての春をの訪れを感じるこの瞬間がとても大好きで、その感覚を今回の曲にしました。ください。
Today I caught the scent of earth as if for the first time, and the cranes are calling me from far above. I watched you throw open the window to the warm breeze And I give thanks for life and for your love, like the cranes that still return from the bosque to bring the spring back up the Rio Grande, like the water that runs down to the acequia to spread the green across the bottom land, like the quickening of life and light return that calls the seed to awaken and grow. So your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. I've been alone and I've seen the winter, but now I got another chance. Spring has come and I can start anew. And as the earth circles the sun in that never-ending dance, I give thanks the one I spin around is you. Like the cranes that still return from the bosque to bring the spring back up the Rio Grande, like the water that runs down to the acequia to spread the green across the bottom land, like the quickening of life and light returning that calls the seed to awaken and grow. So your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. As long as blood still fills the rivers in this valley, and I can find the breath to speak your name, I will celebrate the seasons of this lifetime that are the rhythms of the song I love proclaim. Like the cranes that still return from the bosque to bring the spring back up the Rio Grande, like the water that runs down to the acequia to spread the green across the bottom land, like the quickening of life and light returning that calls the seed to awaken and grow. So your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. Yes, your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. Thanks to the cranes.
God, I feel so sorry to interrupt very briefly. There's something we do need people's attention with. If you have a black Jeep with Texas plates, it is blocking the access for us to access the sanctuary right now. So looks like nobody's actively nodding their head. Don't worry, we won't say shame on you if it's you. But if you know someone with a black Jeep with Texas plates, please go ahead and move it, because we will need access for Kaicho Sensei's car to access the sanctuaries. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. All right, I'm going to do a story song that talks about a headstone that I found way up high in the Sangre de Cristos. if you, I'm sure that a lot of you folks do a lot of hiking around this area. And if you don't, Bill Elsie does enough for you, so you don't have to worry about it. You know. But anyway, one of my favorite hikes is up Rio Alto Creek, which is 2 creeks north of North Crestone. And I was camped up there with my older brother. We had backpacked into Rio Alto Lake, which is just this gorgeous lake. And I was going to take a day hike up to Hermit Pass, just further on up the trail. And just as I was going through the very last stand of spruce up there, I saw this stone propped up off the side of the trail. It was just a piece of stone from the rock slide or whatever, but it was pretty big, and the light was shining across it, and I could see that there were marks in it, and I walked over to it, and sure enough, it was a headstone, and it said, B.F. Vance, killed. It was spelled K-I-L-L-D. October 9, 1913 A.D. And I thought, wow, what happened to this guy? How did he end up here in an obviously very shallow grave? What's the story? So I actually tried to find out. I talked to some local history people, and I couldn't find out anybody that knew anything about it. So I figured, well, I'm a songwriter. I'll just make it up. So I wrote this song. It's called The Ballad of B.F. Vance.
はい、ですね、私自身ここの周りをよくハイキングをするんですけども、ビルさんもよくハイキングされると思うんですけどもね、その中で、ちょっとここから、南の方に2つほど離れたところにこういうハイキング行った時のことなんですけども、上の方にこう登っていくとこの大きな岩があるんですよね。で岩があって、こう綺麗な大きな岩だなと思った瞬間に何か字が書いてあることに気づきまして、でなんて書いてあるんだろうと見ますと、PF バンス10月9日殺害って書いてあったんですよね。殺害ってどういうことなんだろうなって思ったみたいで、この周りの地域の人たちにいろいろ尋ねたみたいですね。 BF バンス殺害って書いてあったんで何かあったんですか BF バンスって。でいろいろ聞いたんですけど何の手がかりもなくて、これ誰なんだろうなと思って、でも自分は作曲家だし、じゃあもう作っちゃうかって話になっちゃいまして、それで今回の曲を作ったわけなんですけど、名前は BF バンスのバラードということで、はい、彼の作でございます。
When the light is right on the hermit trail, you can see the headstone there. Stories scratched into native stone, though there's few that no one care. About what happened up at Timberline on the blood-red Sangre Peaks. B.F. Vance killed October 9. 1909 AD. Bernard Franklin Vance came west in 1892. The railroad had advertised free land with skies of blue. He set up north of Moffett, 80 acres on the creek, raising cattle, wheat and family. Beneath the snowy peaks, is it fate or fortune, circumstance, or the cutting of the cars that makes one man's life easy and another one so hard? B.F. Vance couldn't say, couldn't stop to wonder why. He just knew if he didn't work, those he loved would die. Now, Crazy Ivan had the diggings up on Hermit Pass, eating mountain sheep and marmot. No one thought it'd last. The assay said the shine was pyrite, mica, and feldspar, but Ivan knew there was gold in there. He just didn't know how far. Below 7 brought grasshoppers. The next year there was drought. The wheat barely replaced the seed, and the steers were all shipped out. And it was plain to see without more food the winter would prevail. So BF and his Remington went to hunt the hermit trail. Now Ivan was no evil man, just had a castle in the air. He'd worked hard as any can, and he was not about to share. And any man with a rifle on his trail was a thief. B.F. Vance killed October 9, 1909. Was it fate or fortune, circumstance, or the cutting of the cards that makes one man's life easy and another one so hard? And B.F. Vance couldn't say, couldn't stop to wonder why. He just knew if he didn't hunt, those he loved would die. When the light is right on the hermit trail, you can see a headstone there. The story's scratched into native stone, though there's few that know or care about what happened up by Timberline in the blood-red Sangre Peaks. B.F. Vance killed October 9, 1909. And I hope it's still up there. I hate to be the cause of somebody going and messing with the headstone. I think I got time for about 2 more songs. What a joy to be able to share some music with you all. Thank you for being here, and thanks to Shumei for hosting this and for doing the wonderful work that they do. Thanks to Doug and Deanna and everybody here for making me feel so welcome. Thanks to Tomo for doing this incredible work of translating my ramblings.
皆さん本日本当にありがとうございます。 2曲ほどお届けしたいと思います。この場を借りまして、シーメンの皆さん、本当に私自身サポートしてくれてありがとうございます。あと皆さんも本当に自分を関係してくれてありがとうございます。自分自身、本当にこういう場で自分の音楽をこう発表することができて、本当に嬉しく思います。ありがとうございます。
You know, we live surrounded by such incredible beauty that it's pretty easy to kind of numb out to it. Because if you didn't, you'd just lay there in your driveway and twitch. But every once in a while, it seems like something kind of bends down and it peels some sort of layer of blinders off your eyes, and you are just skewered. Spear goes in, and you just go. Yeah, that's what this song was about. It's called Wide Open.
本当にですね、このクレストンという地はものすごく美しくて、もうここにいるとこう、もう感覚が麻痺してしまうといいますか、でその中でこうね、自然をこう目の当たりにした時にガッとこう胸に響くもの、感じるものがあるわけなんですよね。そんな感覚を胸にしびれるようなこの美しい自然を感じたこの感覚を歌にしてみました。
High water in the lowlands, flocks bluer than the sky, lambs playing like they don't know why they're here in a meadow so green that it could split me wide open, like I ain't got no skin, wide open. I just can't take it. Wide open. Snow runs clear down the mountains to the gray cloud piled up so high. Rain on the sage perfumed like God's first breath, as the rainbow curtain comes down. I swear it splits me wide open, like I ain't got no skin, wide open. I just can't take it. Wide open. And so I reach across to touch you, try to tell you how I feel. Then I see your eyes and I know there is no need. some more shining there, and I swear it splits me wide open to the seven seas and four winds. Wide open, I feel it take me in. Wide open, wide open, wide. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll do one more little song, another one that's kind of about the glory of creation and the wonder of it all. Particularly in this part of the world. Thanks again to everybody here at Shume for such a magical day and for taking such good care of me and for asking me to come up and share a little music. Such an honor. This little song called "The Hands of Time."
最後にですね、この全てのこう元祖なるこうクリエーション、生まれるというところからインスピレーションを受けて楽曲を提供したいと思います。もう今一度ですね、本当にシュメの皆さん、今回私を誘ってくれて本当にありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。
This has a little sing-along part too, so you know. I think you could even follow this without, you know, even with two different languages happening.
ですね、ぜひですね、こう一緒に歌っていただければなと思います。英語も日本語も関係なく、言語を超えて一緒に歌えるような曲の部分が多分あると思うんですけども、私自身も聞いたことがないんですけども、ぜひですね、一緒に歌っていきましょう。
Mountains and mesas, valleys and peaks, southwestern sunset, twilight mystique. I am no stranger, I am one with this land. The high-flying eagle knows me by heart. Of all that I witness, I am a part. I am no stranger, I am one with this land. There's a land If you listen, you will learn. It's a blessing we are given to discern. There's no words to define the grand design. When you shake the hands of time, the deep roots and branches, the earth and the sky, bind them together. Now I know why they seek to show that we are one with this land. The seeds I have planted now grown so tall, may wisdom find them, may they hear the call of the high-flying eagle. We are one with this land. But here I stand, surrounded by this mystery, this winding road that brought me here has let me know, no matter where I go, I'm not alone. There's a lesson, if you listen, you will learn. It's a blessing we are given to discern. Well, there's no words to define the grand design. When you shake the hands of time, when you shake the hands of time, mountains and mesas, valleys and peaks, southwest and sunset, twilight mystique, the deep roots and branches, the earth and the sky, bind them together. Now I know why I'm no stranger. I'm one with this land. I am no stranger. I'm one with this land. Okay, here comes the sing-along part. So I want this half of the audience to sing this. Na 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 na.
ぜひ皆さん一緒に歌ってください。こっち側の人たちはこのメロディーを奏でてください。
Keep going. Now this half, I want you to sing this. Guys, keep going.
右側ですね。
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Okay, everybody sing a little louder. Yeah, one more time. You guys keep going. I'm going to sing something different. Like no strength. Don Richmond, honor and a pleasure to be with you. Love y'all, and yeah, let's go create some world peace. What do you say?